EPS in Math, Mr. Sus Anthony Karingal, our EPS in MAPE, Ma'am Gina Manas, our admin officer, Ma'am Elizabeth Ocampo, to my co-school head under Team 6, School LCP Coordinator. Good morning. I am proud to present to you the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan of Senior High School in Progressive Bayanan for the school year 2021-2022. The goals of our LCP focus on the following. 1, to provide learning resources aligned with curriculum standards and MELP. 2, to train teachers through upskilling and reskilling. 3, to conduct health and safety and wellness orientation webinar training to the teachers. 4, to strengthen shared governance, orient parents in the conduct of distant learning modality, and to create a learning environment for learners. 5, allocate fiscal resources judiciously. 6, conduct action researches to address learning needs. And finally, number 7, to monitor, assess, and evaluate learning deliveries for attainment of quality education. Our school contacts in senior high school and progressive, we have the following workforce. It is managed by the principal, yours truly. We have also 2 master teachers, 6 teacher 3, 7 teacher 2, and 3 teacher 1, 1 ADA, and 2 security personnel, and 1 utility. For the school facilities, we have 20 classrooms, 12 classes, and 2 buildings with approximately 2,000 square meters land area. And we're offering the following tracks and strad in our school, namely the gas and KTL. In this slide deck, as regards to school data, the enrollment for school year 2020-2021 in academics, for grade 11, we had 123, and for grade 12, we had only 85. In TVL, grade 11, we had 147, while the grade 12, 161 enrolled pupils or students, with a total of 516 enrolled students for the school year 2020-2021. This features the survey results for teachers as to the conduct of distance learning modality. 56.10% of teachers responded prefer distant learning modality. As regards to the gadget device to be used, 100% of them prefer to use laptop, and 88.9% had affirmed that they have a strong internet connection. 72% of teachers believe they have internet support in teaching, and 100% of them had undergone trainings on LMS, Zoom, and Google Meet. 72% wanted to utilize online distance learning delivery modality. However, 72.2% of teachers believed that they might face problem on internet connection as they conduct teaching and learning process using the preferred modality. This time, let's discuss about the survey results from the students. 47% of the respondents prefer printed and 27.1% chose blended online and digitized modular. As regards to the device to be used, 52.9% chose smartphone to be used as device for learning. Only 23.1% wanted to use tablet as their device for learning. 62.5% of the students have available internet connection. 63.9% have the capability of internet connection, while the 83.9% affirmed that the availability of internet connection could support learning. And majority, or 63.2% of the parents or guardians believed that they could support in distance learning to their students or children. On the other hand, 60% of the student respondents believe that internet connection could be a problem in distance learning. Similarly, that was also the anticipated problem of the teachers. Next slide deck features the school successes and lessons or the learning gains harvested in the implementation of basic education school learning continued plan during the school year 2020-2021. For the PPAs implemented in the key dimensions, were concentrated on the following. Concerning focus on learning, training and development for teachers had been undertaken through webinar trainings on the conduct of distance learning. They also engaged in action researches to address hindering factors and provided sufficient learning resources for the delivery of instructions. The lesson primarily are stipulated here in this slide deck, for most of which alarming was the inconsistency in crafting action researches. As regards for safe operations, teachers, personnel, and students safely were given utmost concern during the school year. Lessons are reflected as regards to the implementation of the PPAs are the following, like limited on-site transactions, issues on internet services, and difficulty in releasing and submitting on official documents because of the IETF guidelines like ECQ, MECQ, among others. Next, we also implemented effectively the Project Health for the well-being and protections of our school personnel. Likewise, we also conducted online council support system, e-care, the Kumustahan, and secured 100% vaccinated workforce. As to reaching the marginalized, we reach out learners with difficulty in studying and provided access for learners to study. Lesson learned is the limited access to parents. As to education financing, education were spent as planned. Lesson, we had insufficient fund since we have a limited MOE. To conclude, the milestone achieved were products of the concerted efforts of the workforce and stakeholders. This slide deck features the contextualized implementation plan or operation plan for school year 2021-2022. As for focus on learning, it highlights the step to be undertaken for the school year by creating projects to address learners' needs and conceptualizing a program, a remediation intervention activity. As regards to safe operations, we designate classroom for retrieval of outputs and conduct of regular disinfection of school facilities to ensure everyone's safety. For well-being and protections, we will be conducting webinars on mental health and wellness and providing vitamins and health supplies to ensure that everyone is safe as we work for throughout the school year. And it will be observed all year round. That's for sure. In here, we undertake action steps in reaching the marginalized by providing academic, psychological, and moral assistance to all students, and initiating measures to mobilize stakeholders to support and assist students in their needs of assistance. Next, as for the education financing, the school planning team has undergone careful budget preparation to ensure judicious allocation of funds to support schools' PPAs, and primarily to widen more network to encourage support from stakeholders for the success of the implementation of the School Learning Continuity Plan, school year 2021-2022. Now, this is the template of our communication plan of how we could deliver or implement, operationalize the so-called projects, programs, activities of the school. The school PPAs are communicated to all channels to ensure the co-ownership of the PPAs under the principle of shared governance to achieve desirable results throughout the school year 21-22. This highlights significant inputs and will lay down the operation steps, the key messages for the trust of the PPA, how these PPAs are going to be implemented, the stakeholders concerned who will play the key role for its effective implementation, our means of communication platform to reach out to the concerned, and how to measure the success of implementation and how each PPA is observed. This M&E plan template is concentrated on how we will assess the effectivity of the school PPAs for the school year. This also covers the specific tasks to be undertaken as to who are the persons involved to assess the effectivity of the PPAs and when are these PPAs to be undertaken. Through this monitoring and evaluation plan, we could somehow assess the success of the implementation of the school LCP and possible adjustments to be undertaken for much improved school performance. These are all the concise yet precise and definite example of our school learning continuity plan as products of the concerted efforts of the faculty and staff in senior high school in Progressive Bayanan. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.